Alright guys, welcome back. Speculation where new legendary lords can go and we're in starting position for Altharian from other speculative legendary lords that people think will come into the game. Let's start here. This is in the northwest part of the map. You've got a lot of ruins here. Got Ice Spire, Vesta Vault, Temple of Adiok, Vorag, Temple of Cain, Cardok, Ragroth Deep, Rakdo Gorge. There's just a bunch of free real estate here. No one really sees in their playthroughs, maybe only except for Hotep over here. They've also got the Tyrant Peak, and there's a lot of Beastmen action going on. You've got 3 different factions, 4 actually, right across this area. And there's just a lot of ruins, and Hrothgar Spire and Dracula Spire are also a ruin, a faction that you don't really see as much in every playthrough. This actually has a land for Dark Elves if you play as the Dark Elves. And there is some Norse settlements. If they were to add a Norseman Lord, maybe they would start up here or order them. And there's ruins here, Dagroth and Frozen City. So I think that this area would make a good spot. A Beastmen expansion, if they were to do that. I know there's 2 more DLCs apparently in the works, and I think that'll definitely be a High Elves versus Greenskins. That would probably be the next one. And after that, I think we would see a Wood Elves versus Beastmen DLC. That would bring them into the Vortex. And then over the course of the next 2 DLCs, I think we'll see a Dwarf Lord and a Vampire Lord. Because then that would bring everything and everyone into the Vortex campaign, and it would round out nicely. So I think if they do Beastmen, I think we'll see a Beastmen start position up here, possibly. Or maybe even some sort of Dark Elf faction, if they really were to put another Dark Elf faction in there, but I don't think they would. So my bet is on Beastmen, and then maybe in the future, when Game 3 comes out, they might expand upon this area more in the Mortal Empires map. I know the Mortal Empires map, it's a little bit different, but there is still a lot of ruins, and we'll cut over to the Mortal Empires map a bit. So that's that area. I also want to talk about this area over here. Floating Pyramid, Pawhawks, Monument of the Sun, and Shrine of Sotek is all, and Malku Peaks, is all ruins. When you play as Mazdamundi, there's a lot of free real estate over here, and it just doesn't make sense for there to be so many ruins in that kind of area. This is all Skaven, but I think that this is definitely somewhere that could be a good spot for some new legendary lords whenever that comes out. Also, the Isle of the Crimson Skull and the Wellsprings of Eternity, it's kind of like empty over here. Whole area, not much to do. Just if you play as Mazdamundi, you just spam colonizing this whole area. And it doesn't really make sense. It's kind of boring. I know there's Skaven, might be Skaven here. I don't think there's Skaven here though. So I think they could definitely do something there. Not a Wood Elf faction. Maybe another Beastman faction. I'm not sure. Let's cut over to the old world. If they do a Wood Elf faction, there's going to be, most likely, someone will start here, obviously, and their Amber mechanic will probably be reworked, but their victory conditions would have to be changed because they don't have the tree that they can build up, so it would have to be changed to do something along with Orion's Camp. And I don't know who we would see for DLC. Rika. or the twin sisters. But there is a lot of speculation, and people also think if it is a Beastman versus Wood Elf DLC, can't really have a Beastman Lord start all the way on the other side of the map and then Wood Elf Lord start here. So I think they would probably place the Beastman Lord somewhere around here in the north, in the south, or maybe even in the desert. So next we want to talk about the Grim and the Grom, or the other speculation for the DLC that's coming up with Grom the Paunch and Eltharion. So I think where they would start, I think Grom would either start here, Yalbaraz, or Gorgazan. Maybe they expand the map a little bit to the east. So then he would have to mount an invasion of Ulthuan. And I don't know what the DLC victory conditions would be. Maybe they even change his starting position with Aranessa. He's a little closer to Ulthuan at the start. I think maybe he would even start at Sardaнаth. That is ruins right now. And usually when there's ruins somewhere, that means that it's kind of like a placeholder. If you look at Tomb Kings, for example, not the Nehekara itself, but where Halida started and Katep, it was all ruins. So it was a lot of empty space that was filled out, and there's still some space there now. So I think this might be a good starting position. It would give him a good income boost with the gold mine here. So I think that would be a good opportunity for him to mount an invasion and take out Eltharion. Eltharion could start in numerous places. He could start here, but I just don't think that would happen. It would be too easy. You'd have Tyrion here, you'd have Valariel here. If Imrik is the free LC, you'd probably have Imrik here, unless they changed his starting position, maybe the Elven Ruins. It's down here. It's also a good spot. That's kind of a weird name for a location. Looks like a placeholder. That used to be Ruins, but they changed it with Sudenburg. So I don't think they're going to have 4 High Elf Legendary Lords starting at Ulthuan. I think 2 is probably the max. So I think they'll have Eltharion on a mission somewhere else, and he'll have to race back, save Tor Yivris, and fight Grom somewhere over here. We've also got Norskin map for the end over here, a lot of it. So maybe if they do add a Norskin Lord down the road, he would start over here. I don't think that they're going to be adding any Norskin Lords. I think 2 is probably good for now. Ruins. So then let's kick over to the Mortal Empires. Let's go over what we think. Alright, so we're now on the Mortal Empires map. Let's go back up to here, the northwest. See, there's a lot of ruins, and Beastmen all over the place. I think this would be a good spot. This is all Skaven up here. This is ruins. There's no Skaven in the map. So I think Beastmen start here would make sense. Or maybe down the line a Chaos start. Got the Altar of Ultimate Darkness here. So that could be also a different spot for Chaos to spawn. And you've got a lot of Norscan land. For changes in the future, they did say that they know what the community wants from their campaign maps. So I think, if anything, in the future, I think they might cut this, move the map south a little bit, because we don't really need this sea here. In Game 3, if they do expand the Chaos Wastes, they could do that. I would much rather see just a little bit more along the southern edge. build that out a little bit. It just seems too incomplete for me. And Rockgar is kind of out in the middle of nowhere. So, let's start with the FLC speculation. Previous video. I think that we will see Neferata, the FLC, and I think she'll start here in Lamia. We'll fill out this area with legendary lords. You've got Halida, you'd have Neferata, Malice, Mitch, and Rockgar down south. Really wanted to get into speculation. You might see a Vorag lord come in, take this spot. His landmark is on the map already. And you might see a Tretch Craventail start position change. Maybe he will start up here, or he'll get a similar dilemma like Alice does. Because they also said in the AMA that they saw how well that worked and they might use it in the future. And they kind of gave a nod to Tretch. So let's look at different regions where you might see the Wood Elves. You have the Wood Elves. The Orion's Camp was added a couple updates ago into the Mortal Empires map. So I think you definitely see a Wood Elf start position here. And maybe some beat. You'd change Malagor's start position with the new Lord, maybe. So it fits that versus theme that usually the DLC goes with. So you'd have him, and maybe you'd move Malagor somewhere. Malagor kind of stays over here. I'd also like to see start positions for Azrak. I think they should just be swapped. A lot of people in the community think that, because Azrak's lore always takes place here. Morgor's lore is always against the Wood Elves, so it would be a perfect swap. Let's talk, I think, with the Greenskins with their update. I think Karak Ungor or one of these settlements, maybe not Karak Ungor right away, but it's like a start position where Azag or Grimgor have to take that. I think Grimgor is going to be there to stay in Blackcrag. I think people are going to move Grimgor. I think he'll stay, and then Azag will move. That's been the theme. Secondary Lord usually moves to a new spot. Maybe if they wanted to move Wurzag's lore takes place in the south more, in the jungles. Maybe they'll move him here. I don't think so. You only usually move one lord. I think maybe in game 3 they'll get to that third lord in each slot, so maybe they'll move the White Dwarf, maybe they'll move Wurzag, maybe they'll move Volkmar. I'm not sure, but I think that would be their plan, because not as much diversity as possible. But I know it does take resources. So I think Blackcrag, Grimgor stays, Azag will move to the Greenskins. I think Neferata will start south, or Vorag for the FLC. And then in the future, you've also got all this real estate here. I have a Fog of War map deleted. Fog of War mod on. You can't see any Fog of War, but look at all this open real estate already here that they could use, obviously, in game 3, but it goes all the way, and it's already here. I think that's quite interesting. So I think you'll see in Greenskin updates, I think for Mortal Empires, I definitely think Rom the Paunch will start here, have to Mountain and both one. Got Eltharion starting. But I think that's my speculation. Updated maps. People could start. I think it would definitely be interesting. We saw some of those updates, and I definitely think Neferata or Vorag will be the FLC. And down the line, Dwarf FLC lore down in this Zotec. Gonna be that would fill out this area. Okay, Lords, it is an arena basically right now. Playing a Vampire Coast campaign as I play my own, and it's a because there's so much competition. But that is my map speculation video. Let me know what you guys think will come in the future. It has been an honor. Stay safe. Whole pandemic that's been going on. Let me know what your theories are for the DLC.